Hey everyone, it's Mike from Voluntary Virtues Network. Hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. It is 11:07 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a recorded, uh, I guess you could say, meeting or hangout that we're having here to just discuss some questions that you might still have for Voluntary Virtues Network. As you know, we were trying to, as of midnight tonight, be ready to go with, somewhat of a formidable launch, at least, I guess we could say. I wanted everything to kind of fall into place tonight. I knew it wasn't probably going to really happen. I have people telling me, hey, I can't get the video out this week, yada, yada, yada. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Calm down. We're supposed to be having fun here, right? I mean, that's the whole point of this. So, obviously, this week and the next week are learning experiences, and it really is like riding a bike. It might seem like this huge mountain to you right now. It's like starting a locomotive engine and getting it moving. It takes a lot of power, right? But once you get it up moving, it really is hard to stop. It has a lot of momentum. So, and it's easy to keep, the train going. It's like riding a bike, right? Once you learn how to ride the bike, at first you're scared, nervous, think you'll never get it, and then you joke and laugh afterwards about how easy it was. So just a little note, if the room does overflow, you can go to the group. Obviously, if you're getting in here through the group, you'll see another link. Just click in there because we can only have 10 people in the broadcast. So go over on YouTube. Is there anybody here on, I'll tell you what. Sorry, my dogs are barking. I'll have to get them in the other room. If there's anybody here, let's see. Chuck, if you could go ahead and take, go to the YouTube channel, and if we overflow, if we go over 10 people, just keep an eye on the other one for comments for me, okay?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. And does somebody want to take notes of anything that we have tonight? I have some of my own notes. Does anybody want to take notes? It doesn't matter if you don't. It's all recorded anyway, so we can always come back. So, all right, let's move on. I did want to give you guys time to ask me any questions. A couple things I want to go over real quick before we get to the users' questions. Can somebody tell me what is the time zone that we use to set up all events?
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern. Oh, crap. I guess it's mirrored Eastern.
I still have not heard the correct answer.
New York, sorry.
New York. Yes, it is not a time zone. Yes, YouTube is horrible with their language. Yes, I know, it's stupid. But it is New York. New York. If you go in there and see a local time in there, and you're not in the Eastern, even if you are EST, sometimes it messes up. Live is never good, or local network or local time. That's not what we want. If you ever go into a room and you update, if you're just going in there to look at something or change the description, sometimes it'll pop it back to local time on you, so you didn't change it yourself. But sure enough, YouTube, that's the one thing you got to keep an eye on every time you go into to adjust some video setting, especially before the show happens. Make sure it's set for New York before you hit the save button, okay? So little quick lesson on that. After your show is done, let's say you just got done doing a live show, especially. This is really only for live shows, actually. Immediately go schedule your next show for the following week, okay? This is really crucial. If you want, I can even make you an admin on the Facebook page, and you guys can create events for your shows and invite all your friends. I have this, found this little invite all button, so you can select all. We invited like 4,000 people to Victor Pross's Anarchy, Menarchy, Constitution thingy that's going on the 17th. We invited thousands of people in a minute, So that is amazing. And get out there, get on the events pages for that. They're actually rooted on the main Facebook page. So not this group that we have set up just for the radio show hosts or for the show hosts, but actually on the real Voluntary Virtues fan page for the fans and the viewers and stuff like that. So make sure you head over there, check out the events, invite your friends over, to this thing, get them involved. It's really easy just to click the select all button and invite. I mean, we could, with the hundreds of people that we have on this network already, just supporting it, let alone the show hosts. Can you imagine the thousands and thousands of people that each one usually has? And then it's kind of like the multiplier effect. We can be the next CNN. We can be the next whatever you want to be. It's your show, so you try and taint it the network towards how you want it to be. But we can be that. We just need you to get out there and spread it. So this is very crucial. Post your future show with your material as the Facebook page. Create an event, and I can help you guys set up admins on that too.
All right. And for a network that hasn't started, the amount of people that like the page so far is phenomenal.
Yeah, I can't wait. I haven't invited any of my friends either, so I'm about to start doing that. So yeah, I haven't invited really. I didn't want to promote it too much. I want it to be somewhat good, and ready to go before people just come and are like, oh man, and I'll come back. I want them to have a great experience the first time, to get addicted the first time, to never have a bad sour moment. That first impression, yada yada crap. That really is true. First impressions really do matter. So this is what I'm kind of trying to offer with the VV, and so this is why I'm trying to focus on the website. That one is in the works right now. It's a lot set up with WordPress. Plugins are being thrown around, et cetera, et cetera. So it's being worked out right now. Just give us a little bit more time on the website, hopefully within the next 24 to 48 hours. Anyway, I want to open this up to you guys now. Enough of me talking. What questions do you guys have for me? Because I'm sure there's plenty of them.
Can I go first?
Please do.
So I just did my first show, the pilot, and I'm wondering, I did that live. One, was it recorded? And two, how do I access it if it was recorded?
All right, I'm going to go in and check it right now. So first of all, you can just go to youtube.com, easiest way to do it, and make sure you sign in to the information. You should be able to. Everybody should know how to sign in, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So once you're signed in and you see Voluntary Virtues Network in the upper right-hand corner, all you have to do then is you'll see the upload button. To the right of that, there's this little nut-looking thing with the down arrow. You can click on that nut down arrow and click on Video Manager.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the Video Manager, if you look off to the left-hand side, under Video Manager, you'll see uploads and live events, playlists. I would encourage people to create playlists because it doubles SEO. It's much easier also on the viewer when they're trying to find your next show, right? Because if you don't have it all categorized or together, and all you have to do is really easy. Once you set up the playlist once, you just go to your video after it's been published, and you click like 2 buttons, and you've added it to the playlist forever. It's really simple. It's something so simple. The 5 minutes of initial investment time to set up a playlist is crucial. But you'll see the uploads and you'll see live events. If you scheduled a live event for like next week, so you got done with your show now, and you want to go create is it a live show you said?
Yes.
Okay, so in this case, since it's a live show, you're going to want to go into live events and then click create new event. And when the live events, before the live event ever shows up or comes on, so for next week you'll have the show, you'll see that in the live events section. It won't be in the upload section, obviously it'll be in the live events section. After you're done with the show, right, so when you're ready to go broadcast in a week, you'll just go back into live events, and then you'll have the options to start the hangout. The broadcast room is what I call it. And then obviously the top link is the one that is the world link, so you can give that to everybody, the viewer link, right? So
right.
There's 2 different rooms just so everybody can understand that. The broadcast room is what I call the hangout room. Hangout room or broadcast room, both work. And then just so we can have some kind of universal understanding on etymological root. Anyway, and the other room is the world, the viewer room is what I like to call it usually. So which is the basic YouTube looking type video player. So you'll always be able to find the scheduled live events in the live events section. After the video is done and you've done your live event and you've hit end broadcast, usually takes about 30 minutes to 3 to 4 hours, depending on how long the video was, and it'll render into the upload section. Now, the whole time, it's still in there. YouTube just hasn't really put it out as an upload, you see? So people, if they had the link before when it was a live show, that live link is still, they can still like click on it 5 minutes after your show's over and watch the whole show from the very beginning, right? Okay. It's just that it won't necessarily show up in the upload section until it's fully done at rendering and has like HD done, et cetera, et cetera. Does that help?
Yes, that actually answers it greatly.
Okay.
So in 3 to 4 hours, I can see it. In the morning, I'll see it in the upload sections, but afterward, if someone clicks on the link, then they're still going to be able to see it. Great.
Yep, exactly. You got it. Yeah. So even if we can't see in the upload section, it's in YouTube purgatory somewhere. It's in the middle of something, right? I guess it's lost out in YouTube digital land for a couple hours while it's rendering. But that original link will still take you to it 24/7. You're absolutely right. So now let's talk about scheduled uploads, right? So you've logged into the account. All you do is click upload button. This is for people who pre-record videos. So you're doing the video beforehand and scheduling it, if you can visualize that. So you click on upload. obviously upload the video, right? Click on the big thing, yeah, you can't miss the part where you click upload. And when you upload the video, while it is uploading, you have to make sure it's while it is uploading. You're going to go to where usually it says public, right? Well, in this case, we're going to pick scheduled. So hit that drop-down box, select scheduled, and this is where, what time zone do we enter?
New York.
New York, all right. So this is where we hit New York. It's really crucial to add thumbnails, especially to pre-recorded videos, if you can. Not that you have to, but it's things like that, you know, like, do you guys know what thumbnails are?
Yep.
Okay. Does everybody understand?
I do.
Does everybody else understand what image thumbnails are? The picture that shows up in the search, like when you're going to YouTube and you type in, or even on Facebook, when you see the post posted by somebody else, there's an image usually that summarizes the video, or they took some image out of part of the video and just threw it up there. Well, you can decide which image goes up there. You don't just have to let YouTube, make the default. So you can put in any image you want. Just make sure that it's actually relevant. Don't just put a naked girl on there, because YouTube will ban the account for that kind of stuff. So
YouTube will always pick the worst picture of you possible for the broadcast.
Usually, yeah.
I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, I've had ones that look horrible of me. I'm like, what am I doing right there? And I look like I'm yelling at somebody, and it was like a video I was really happy. Anyway.
I know, it's the like, you go to scratch your nose, and YouTube just like gets you like right there, and it's like, oh my god.
Yeah, Steph's had some good ones too. All right, so if that answered your question, I think we can move on.
I'll go next. I'll be that really selfish guy and say, let's say the network gets like, I'm talking like really big, right? Uh-huh. And let's say everyone starts. All right, I'll be bold. What if someone? Okay, so let's happen the market, the network starts making money, right? How could the hosts possibly? Because the hosts are putting time into this network too,
Right.
So, like, how could we... Because, obviously, you need a cut because you're doing an incredible, godlike amount of work, which, thank you, by the way, this is great. But...
Yeah. Unprecedented. Fantastic job.
But, I mean, let's say, okay, so how might the rest of us, start getting a teeny tiny... You know what I'm saying? Like, this is assuming... This is very long-term, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
unfortunately, there is no budget right now. Yeah, I'm with you. No, that's a great question. So, here's the deal. There is going to be some kind of, it's not like going to be a formal competition, like you have to have this many hits, there's no quota or anything like that. But people who bring in the views, I'm going to have an incentive to keep them on board. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's going to take a while, but my whole goal with starting this up, was to make it so that that people can be paid to literally work on voluntarism all the time. And if you build up a network that's like the Young Turks, all of us can be paid to do shows all the time. You see, it's little things like this, like if we can get enough people to invite all their friends on the events. It's things like this to participate. We could overtake the Young Turks and people like them in a matter of a year or two, I think. I'm not kidding around. It does take time. It's not going to be next month. Probably not even next year, honestly. But it is possible for us to have a big splash. I mean, we have rationality and reason on our side. These people are just, the Young Turks, they might have a growing subscriber base just because of the algorithm system with YouTube, but they are pissing off a lot of people, okay, that believe it or not. And there's a lot of their hardcore, they're bullshit. And a lot of their hardcore fans are starting not to be as hardcore into them as much. And people are really starting to go to us because they see, wow, there's this other voluntarism thingy. What the hell is that, right? Well, they're actually doing something, and they're so grassroots. It's something like I can actually get into this now, but it's becoming more mainstream. So that's what I really want to do, is make it mainstream. And then once I have the budget, just to give you an idea, through all these testing and stuff like that, I can show you the AdSense numbers. It's made like $9 in the first 5 days of this month. So
it's a lot. I mean, for YouTube,
Yeah, for YouTube. That's what I'm kind of getting at. There's other video. Here's another ideal down the road is streaming off onto different networks that pay higher money, because supposedly Bing videos, you don't get as many hits, but you get a higher PPC, so you get more. It's just we have to build up the network. So before I even start really thinking about the money, which probably won't be that big for a long time. Right now I'm just trying to build up something to see what kind of demand is out there.
I mean, I'm just asking for 2 years later, 3 years later, 4 years later.
Well, trust me.
Where's the money now? But I was just curious.
No, it's a good question. When there is a budget that's coming in, trust me, people are going to be saying, "Hey, man, I need money to do this," and it really is going to be based off of who makes the channel successful. I mean, if we need you, if you create that demand and you bring in a huge viewer base or cross promote that kind of way, my whole thing is don't not have your own channel. Right. My thing is don't try to rely on this for income, really. Just use it as cross-promotion. So it's kind of like some hub where you funnel back people to your channel and you make money there. You see, I don't have any problem with you cross-promoting. It's just down the road, as money is actually started, to be made, and we do have a budget that comes about, I will be paying people who make the money to stay around. I want them to stay around. I want them to have it to where they can focus just on making videos. That's the end goal for me. But really, right now, I have no definite answer for you. So.
Okay, I was just curious.
No, it was a good question, though. I really do appreciate it. And I'm telling you, that is a concern that I'm trying to think of how to make it win-win-win for everybody. As you know, I carry around a lot of good company, right? People do trust me because I don't screw people over,
Right.
So I am trying to always look for win-win scenarios. If there's nothing here solidified as fact on this, just pick up my past.
Are you sure you're okay? Because I can totally... Come on now, I don't want you to do that.
I mean, we're all capitalists here, right? So.
Right. Hey, no problem making money. That's the thing. I want to bring in $100,000 here, and I could dish off. We could work out some kind of a payment structure too. But trust me, I'm gonna be wanting. People know on average. You usually make about $2 to $3 per 1,000 hits, right? Mm-hmm. So people will know how many hits they're bringing into the channel, and we can work out a deal. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But yeah, we'll definitely be. I'll definitely be talking and touching upon that. That's going to be a big issue coming down the road, and I already know it. So it's not like I just started this channel thinking that's never going to be a question. So.
Hey, Mike, can I jump in here? Because my questions are actually related to this. I was curious. I'm planning on doing my show in segments, pre-recorded segments, throughout the week, and then just editing them together for the hour-long show. Scheduling it to go up and such. So it presents me a good opportunity to actually have maybe 2 or 3 1-minute commercial breaks within my hour. And right. I'm just wondering if you're opposed to that, if I got sponsors. No. That'd be a way that we could support ourselves as far as upgrading equipment and things like that sooner rather than later.
No, I completely support that. It's your time. It's your show. Cool. I don't want to tell you guys what to do. Just make sure it doesn't get the account banned, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and I was going to try to keep all my sponsors voluntarist or at least Bitcoin related or something like that, so that that we're not in a conflict with that either.
Well, yeah, that's another thing. Obviously, is the only one rule that we have. Well, I guess the 2 rules is don't do anything that's going to risk the account getting banned, and don't advance statism or criminal activity, right? I mean, that's pretty simple. Yeah. So you guys can use common sense on that. And I agree with you, Cody. That's perfect. Good question. Yes. Please open up ad space. Don't make it all about ad space, or people are not going to turn in to watch it, right? So you gotta. It's all about content creation, and proving over the next month or 2 that you have a show that people want to watch. And we're going to be creating events, and we're going to be pushing a lot of traffic to the channel. So. It really is a trial and error type thing. We're going to see what happens, and I'm always willing to talk to you guys, and hopefully this does take off, and we can actually worry about the money. Mm-hmm. For me, I'm going back into the private sector, and I'm doing white cloud security. So for me, I've got my money handled. You know what I'm saying? This was never really about money.
That's a hard job.
Oh man, I'm having such a blast with it though. It really is a lot of work, but I'm loving it. So
I'm surprised you have time for this and that at the same time. Just knowing, like, holy crap, you're amazing. That's but
yeah, I'm a workaholic. I get time with my kid. He's always, 1 foot away from me. So, what's the next question we got, guys? Go ahead.
What about repeat shows? If I want to, I mean, this first week, I think the audience is going to be very small, and I really like the episode I did. So, do you mind if I do it again? Maybe not next week. Well, I don't know, possibly next week. What are your thoughts on that? I guess?
Test week does not count as any show.
Okay.
Yeah.
But in general, though, if we're out of town or something and want to rerun an earlier episode, is that okay?
No, I can't have any reruns, guys. Sorry. Just have somebody else do a live show for you.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you have somebody who wants to do a guest show, to get people in, obviously everybody who's in this room knows you share the URL from the broadcast room's URL to everybody else that you want in as a guest on your show. But if you are not even going to be there and you need somebody else to run and start and end the show and do all the, run the gamut for you, you'll need to contact me in advance. And try not to, don't do it like, be like, oh yeah, try to plan this out. You know what I'm saying? Try to be responsible adults.
Hey, Mike, just to save yourself, because you do so much work. We could contact each other and just say, hey, I'm not going to be there in 2 weeks at this time slot. Would you want to guest host my show? And I mean, I think that would be a way to take some of that work off of your table.
Yeah, but that's a good point, and I do encourage that. I was referring to if you're going to have somebody who's not already a part of the network guest host.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But good point. That please take Cody's advice. Right? I agree with every part he just said. So no, perfect.
I mean, Randall and I just last night we were already promoting the network on another one of Robert's other channels, Journalistic Revolution. So
yeah, JRev.
So I mean, there's plenty of options out there. I mean, and plus here we already have so many hosts, and we just started. You can easily find someone to fill in your dead space. I personally think someone will be willing.
Definitely, and I do have some ads that people, I'm going to be playing on my show. So if you want to make it look like a more professional thing, adding one ad in there makes it, down the road when you're CNN, we're going to want to cut down the ad time, obviously, because we'll have, a lot of people, imagine in 2 years from now, all the people are going to be trying to advertise on this network, and who knows where it'll grow and spawn off into some other network, or I don't know, But the whole thing is, when you have ads, it just makes it look like it's more professional. Like, wow, somebody actually invested money into this. Wow, there's people watching this enough to where they have ads. So if you want to just kick it up a notch to where you think the ad, not that you have to. They're like pretty generic ads. One's like the Ed and Ethan show and stuff like this. So if you want some ads, I got a ton of video ads. Just let me know, and we can throw them in there. People like them, they're like, some of these are non-paid. So like the Ed and Ethan ones, they're not paying. Nobody's paying for that, right? I just throw it in there sometimes to make it look like down the road. I'm sure I'm going to have lots of ads on my show that are paid. But you see what I'm getting at here. If you want to have ads and you don't have any, let me know and I can get you some.
That's an easy way to do that, Mike, would be if you put them on the network right away, like. Before it really gets big, we would all have access to go down to download them from the network, since we all have access to the network already.
And you know what? We can do it at any time as long as we keep the videos unlisted. Let me talk about unlisted videos for a second. There's 4 options really when you go into a video, right? Private, public. Private means nobody can see it. Public means everybody can see it. And then there's scheduled, right? Which means it's gonna be posted down the road. It's private now, but soon to be public. And then there's unlisted. Unlisted means it will not show up in search engines. People, if they come to your channel, even if they're subscribed to your channel, they won't be able to see it in the video upload section. So only people who are admins or people who are outside of the channel that have the link will be able to go to it. So it's only if you have the link. If you can think of a Google Doc file, which you only share with a few people, and you usually just give them the URL, kind of like the broadcast, right? So the unlisted videos they will never be visible by our regular viewers unless you give them the link, which nobody ever will. So I can just make the commercials and then make.
I thought private was the one where the only people who can view it are the one that have the link.
No, private is only people who you invite to view can see it.
Okay.
Right. And with unlisted, it's invite or link. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right. I hope that helps. So basically what I'm trying to get at here is if you have something that you want to upload to the channel, hey, you want me to review something and just look at it? And you, imagine we don't want to always just mess around with Dropbox. It can take a while sometimes, right? So you just want to throw up a video real quick, upload it, and have somebody check over it. It's one way to file share, is just upload it as an unlisted video. But I would recommend doing the ads that way, and then people can just download them and throw them into the video editor, right? So great idea, Cody. I'm loving it. We're going to do that, and you can do that anytime with unlisted.
Yeah, one other thing I just want to mention on that same vein is we could help promote each other's shows on the network that way.
Right.
Make a short commercial for your own show, and then whoever's like the time slot ahead of me could run it during their show and just kind of give like a, even if it's 15-second plug for, hey, coming up next hour is blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
And they wouldn't have to remember anything. They just have to drop your video, your little, clip into their video, and it'd be an automatic promotion. I could do that for the roundtable because my show is like 3 hours before the roundtable Tuesdays. So.
Right, and just to let everybody know that this is only for pre-recorded shows because obviously there's not much editing you can do on a live show, right?
The way we did it, is just Randall, right before my show, he had me on as a guest like 15 minutes before his show ended, and I advertised my show myself, and then I let him have the rest of his show back. So that's how you can do it for a live show. Just hop on someone else's show and say, hey, this is my show.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, and then pop out.
Yeah, so. They do that on Fox and CNN and all those channels all the time. They'll be like, hey, Wolf Blitzer will be right over here, right? Wolf, yeah, we'll be right over to Wolf Blitzer. They'll show a picture of him. And somebody's doing his hair, or he'll say hi to the camera real quick. You know what I'm saying? So that's a perfect idea. Loving it. All right, next question, comment, concern, queer inquiry. Throw them at Shank. Come on, guys.
Okay, so the question, so you made the comment that the show would generally, hold on, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The reason why I asked that okay, never mind, I see the green thing.
You kids and your drugs, as Peter Griffin says. I'm just joking. I'm just joking around.
Oh, YouTube kind of sometimes doesn't show that green bar thing in Majiggy that tells you you're speaking, but anyhow.
I like the terminology.
It should always show you that, just to FYI. It should. So if you don't see the green bar bouncing up and down, there's probably something wrong with your mic settings, just saying.
Yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
But anyhow, what the hell? What the thing? Okay. So we know that the show generally a volunteer based. So the question, would you have any problem at all interviewing non-volunteers? Let's say a particular, let's say there's an event that just happened, and some non-volunteers, let's say left or right, or conservative guy or whatever, who's more into that and knowledgeable on X topic than you may be, or what have you. You have a problem with interviewing that person on those topics or whatever?
Not at all. Not at all. As long as you're not advocating the statism, yeah, everything's fine.
What about cussing again? Could you say a few words on that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I rarely cuss. I think the less you cuss, or at least the rarer the cussing, the stronger it is when you do cuss, because it's if you just go around saying fuck all the time, it starts to wear off. But if like for 30 minutes you go on and you say something, and then you say, and that fucking blah blah blah, it's gonna stick to somebody's head, So I say use it sparingly. I say we're trying to make the channel more professional, more welcoming, more family oriented. That's where the minds are that would be listening to us, is people who have children already. So the last thing we want to do is create a network that is cussing 24/7 up and down. Not once again, you can cuss, right? You can smoke, you can drink, you can do all that kind of stuff. It's just maybe it's best to pick a later evening show if you do a lot of cussing. I would prefer to try to have imagine times where kids might be awake with their parents in America and act reasonably. So if you need a later show because you're going to cuss a lot, I have no problem with it. Just try to get something after like 9 p.m., after 8 p.m., if you're going to do a lot of heavy cussing. But once again, people cuss you can cuss. I don't care that much. I would ask you to limit it. That would be my personal preference.
Is there any future of voluntary virtues being picked up as a feed for the airwaves, though? Is that something we've ever considered, do you think?
I would love to have that happen.
And then we'd have to worry about the cussing.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, as of right now, there's nothing like that. So you can do pretty much what you want. You know what I'm saying? Just once again, don't do anything that's going to get the account banned. You know, I mean that's really what it comes down to. So, and really, if you're going to be cussing a lot, let's not have a Sunday noon show. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not really planning on cussing much, but I was just asking you.
No, good stuff. All right, so next question.
Can I just test a feature right quick? That's my question. I would like to test the screen sharing feature and just see how it works. All right, so I'm gonna share this. Look at that. Now, does that No, it does not automatically take over when I talk, does it?
I'm seeing here.
So you guys are seeing yourselves?
Well, if anybody else talks, it goes away.
It goes away. So this would be better this would be a better feature to use still. Okay, that's what I was curious about. Thank you.
So yeah, I guess I just learned something there too. Screen share only works for the person who's sharing the screen. So now what you can do is are you still?
No, I stopped screen sharing. You want me to start screen sharing again?
Start it up again.
Okay. Sure. We'll do this one.
All right. Now let me try something here.
Okay.
All right. Now everybody else talk. No, nobody else. Chuck, you don't talk. Everybody else talk.
Hello.
Blah blah. Hello.
Blah.
All right. Never mind. All right. It still switches. I tried locking onto your camera.
On your end?
Yeah,
well, you could just mute everyone in the room. Just have them acknowledge the fact that they're going to be muted while you're sharing.
Yeah, I've done that. When my brother, who lives in Germany, was on, his computer, his mic would make a lot of noise, and so I'd always mute him because it would always be looking at him for like 3/4 of the show otherwise.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna undo that, but that's interesting. So when I don't have a guest, I'll probably use that more often. But I was curious about that because nerdy topics, people love pictures.
I completely agree, and remember, it's very dangerous when you're going around YouTube. 1 second can get you banned. Like if you record a YouTube video of somebody else at standard license, YouTube can come down with. Even if you try to claim fair use, man, they will throw the book at us. You know what I mean?
It's more just screenshots, I guess, of anything. Not anything YouTube related. It'd be more like, look at this Wikipedia article that says this, and this, or
perfect.
I would never record anyone else's video. That'd be dumb.
Wait, I had to get it out there for the recording. Go ahead.
One thing about the screen share, I was playing with it last week because I was considering the promos and things on a live show, and so I tried to screen share a video of one of my commercials, and it sounds like crap. So just as yeah, the audio on screen share sucks really bad. So it's great for
transfer. Yeah, there's no input to transfer.
I think there's an actual YouTube app thing on the side.
Yes, there is an actual YouTube app that you can preload a video on there, but YouTube.
Yeah, just make sure it's Creative Commons, right? Just best not to do it, really.
Or created by yourself, one of the two.
Yeah, created by yourself is fine. Or Wikipedia. All right, guys. No, good points here. I'm loving this. Next question. We only got 19 more minutes, or we have 0 more minutes. It doesn't matter.
I'm done. I'm just along for the ride from here on out. So.
So how are you on? Oh crap! I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, come back to me. I forgot. Someone make up a question quick.
What are you doing for marketing for like the whole network? Do you have any like I feel like if we got some cool shareable images, that'd be a good marketing thing. Like with
there's a
Voluntary
website.
Virtues branded.
Yeah, we do have we have some logos, and I will. They are over on the Facebook page, not the group, but the actual page, Voluntary Virtues Network. And so yeah, go into the photo section. I don't know if all of them are uploaded. Somebody, if you could message me on Facebook real quick, a little note to go do that, so I can make sure all the photos are up on there. And that's another thing too. I think it's really good to create. I think what we should really be doing, guys, to build up a huge audience and to get people pumped up for this network and flying in here every day, is to make a lot of you guys admins on the Facebook page. proxy admins, and then have you guys create these events for your shows ahead of time. So, like I was saying, remember you're done with a live event, and then you go back into the live events right after your show's over and create a new live event for next week. Well, when you are done with that and you have a URL link, just go into the Facebook page and create a new event through Facebook, and then I can give you that Chrome plugin, what's it called, an extension that enables you to have a select all button, so you can click the invite friends button, and instead of having to click every friend one by one, all 5,000 or whatever, like I've had to do, just click the one select all button and it invites everybody in like 10 seconds. Did you guys catch that?
Yep. If I can backtrack right quick, we were talking about screen sharing. There's a website that I forgot to mention called, for anyone that's interested, probably better for pre-recorded segments, but there is a website called Shutterstock.com, and basically it is a website where their entire photo base of photos is royalty-free, but they also give you the option to buy these royalty-free photos that you can use as a slideshow on your pre-recorded show or whatever, and I thought I'd just throw that out there. So
good stuff. And here's another thing too. Cam Studio works halfway decent. I don't think they have a 32-bit system for Cam Studio, but I think they have a 64 or vice versa. Anyway, Cam Studio works all right. Unfortunately, on my computer, it only lasts. Some of those videos were really quick that I was recording the other day. It's because it only lets me do it for like 2 minutes, and then it'll not render the video right. So, if somebody has something better than Cam Studio that's cheap, I might just actually buy a license on it just to get it over with. So let me know.
I can't remember how much my Camtasia is, which is what I use.
I have a friend that has Camtasia. He likes it.
Camtasia? I'm probably going to go try that out. Hey, will you message me that, Matthew?
Yeah, my friend uses, for my my other channel, my friend uses Camtasia for his screen recording. So, and it also does good audio recording too. So, and it also does have its own editing suite in the software, so you can edit, or you can record and edit. It's called Camtasia, yeah.
Awesome.
And if you have like what it's called, a PowerPoint presentation in there, it automatically has a little app thing which is built into the PowerPoint presentation. Just click and it records a PowerPoint presentation. So
good stuff.
Gives you the option to do your face, to show your face too while at it.
Stuff like this, we need to have a resource link on the website. So that's in the works. If somebody's taking notes, put that down. I'll go through the video later on and try to remember that.
I think Camtasia is about like 80, 90, maybe somewhere a bit lower. It's a lot, but it does, keep in mind, it does come with a lot. So sometimes you pay for quality,
Oh yeah, definitely. I understand.
Is that from TechSmith? I'm looking at something that's like $300. So.
I don't know who does it. Who makes Cam?
All right, you guys can talk about that.
Yeah.
We need to roll on, but I love it. Please keep that conversation going in the group chat, and let's get everybody educated on that. I really do suggest that if you're going to do pre-recorded videos, you try to throw in some video or images. You know what I'm saying? Just try to make it exciting. Play around with your video editor a little bit. Get to know your video editor. Throw a couple hours in a week on it and just have fun, so you can learn for the future. Because remember, video editors going forward are going to be pretty similar. I think. Right? I think there's a standardization now that we've seen come about somewhat.
I have a little bit of input on this too. If you guys don't want to fork out money right now, or I'm forced to use this right now because I'm working from a Chromebook, which cannot download software. It's all web-based, and my phone. That's all I have. The YouTube editor is kind of hard to find, but if what I've done to edit videos so that I'm not screwing up the network is I've created a separate YouTube channel that is just mine, that is basically a whole shit ton of clips, of small clips that I want, commercials and that kind of thing, that are all uploaded onto that YouTube channel, and then I can use the YouTube video editor to edit those into my show. And then I just download the MP4 of that show and then re-upload it in a scheduled program slot for Voluntary Virtues. So it's a little bit of a roundabout way of doing it, but actually, I mean, it's a very simple editor, but it's actually pretty damn fast and easy. It's a really Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with it for being a web-based editor, and it's free, and it's something you can just jump into and learn in like 20 minutes and with no cost to you. So that's just something I'll throw out there.
So, yeah, so basically, just to summarize what he's saying, YouTube has a built-in editor. The video has to already be uploaded to the channel for you to edit it, though. Does that make sense? Good.
Yeah, so if you want to add like 5 clips together, you have to upload all 5 of those clips first, and then you can rearrange them and edit them together however you want. So that's why I've created a separate channel that nobody will ever see, just for me to screw around and edit on.
Yep, exactly. Awesome. So, all right, great. Who wants to go next? Any questions? Any more questions? Keep them coming. We got about 12 minutes left if you want me.
Okay. How does my lower third look?
Your lower third looks...
I mean, I don't know how to change the icon.
All right, do you see where it says... so you see where the settings are for the...
Yeah, I'm on the lower third settings.
Holy shit.
Oh, choose logo?
I just saw my cat eat a fucking mouse. like consume and everything.
That is awesome.
Wow. I'm outside in the garage area. Jesus, Luna, what the fuck?
Did you
should have taken a picture of it for the Libertarian Brew.
No, I don't have a camera hooked up. I'm outside. Damn, that was pretty crazy. Unbelievable. Like, she just caught it. She just freaked out on me. Anyway, so, what was that part? I'm sorry. I got distracted.
I think I might have figured it out. I'm gonna upload an icon and
yeah,
just reset
logo
it
or icon.
how it looks.
Yeah, it's all the settings right there. It's kind of like when you're in the back of the upload section. There are so many little things. The tags, most of the time, the tags are already filled out for you. I've already put in a bunch of tags, but you can add, take out what you want, add what you want. I would recommend changing them up and adding something, for whatever your show's doing. And then the description section already has pretty much a frame. Just put stuff at the top of it, so links back to your show. Most important, right at the top, is a description of what's going on in that show. Right? People don't want to come to your video and the first thing they see is your link.
Right.
What the hell is that? Who are you? You haven't earned my trust or appreciation. It's just spam to them, right? Make them be like, well, who the hell is it? Make them search out your stuff. So let them listen to you for a few minutes. So I wonder who this is. They're gonna do it anyway, even if they don't like you that much. They're gonna scroll down and they'll just be like, what's the show about? Oh, and then right below that is your link, and they'll click on it. See, it's things like this. This is part of marketing, So my 2 suggestions, or my 2 cents, excuse me, is to have your description at the top, make it very descriptive, try to talk about just that episode as much as possible, then links back to your stuff, and then just leave the other voluntary virtues stuff on the bottom where it is. So like the YouTube channel, subscribe here, and et cetera, et cetera. So I hope that kind of helps. Anything else for me?
I can't think of anything. Hey Mike, I just want to point out that on the actual video, you're like locked into me still. On the camera.
Yay. You're in the spotlight.
Oh, man. Making me self-conscious here.
Yeah, you look pretty good, so. All right.
If you're seeing yourself during the Hangout, click on your yourself at the bottom, and it will unhighlight it, and then it will go back to switching to whoever's talking. Is that what you were talking about?
Well, since I'm the one in charge, I'm the one controlling the Hangout, so I can control.
Yeah, it's what the viewer's seeing.
Hey, you know what? Now let me try a screen share.
Share,
on
yeah.
my side. You want me to do it on my side? You don't do anything. You guys watch me.
All right, I have the recording going now.
Hold on, where's the screen share? There it is.
All right, let me mute the video so there's not 2 of you.
Here, we'll go look at the calendar real quick.
All right, the live show hasn't quite caught up there yet, so we're still on Cody talking.
Talking out my ass.
You guys can see the schedule now, right?
Yep. Yeah, I can see it on the Hangouts. I'm waiting for it to get there on the live stream.
Well, yeah, the live stream's always a minute behind or so. So hey,
now I can see, yeah.
All right, so on the when I'm gonna mute myself. When other people talk, does it jump to them?
Hold on.
I think so.
I have it locked into you on my end.
Yeah.
Testing.
Yep.
Testing.
Testing.
So
it doesn't go to me. I can't make it. No.
It looks like
everybody stop. Everybody stop. Can you guys? Does it jump? Yes or no?
Yes.
It does jump. Okay, let me try something else.
we're gonna get this work. Because this would be great. This would be a great tool.
All right. What about now? I'm going to mute back up.
Test.
Everybody talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see me. I can see you.
I can
Stop.
Google Translate.
Can't.
So it is still jumping. Huh?
Yeah, it looks like it might be broken. That sucks.
Well,
I think it's just based on the audio. You really have to mute people.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll mute myself and then.
I was hoping that if I selected myself as the host, that it wouldn't go to anybody else, but...
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Come on, Google. Step your game up.
Don't get me started, man.
Well, no, but what can happen is for it to stay in the screen. If everyone clicked on just your neck, generally, when I have you highlighted or you specifically highlighted, what comes up on the big screen is just you. And it doesn't matter who the hell is talking.
That's true, yeah.
So it could be being that...
yeah, if you have a small broadcast group, you could easily have everybody select the one screen share option, whoever's screen sharing, and yeah, that would work.
Yeah, so I think what it is, I mean, it doesn't matter whether or not we see the thing changing. It may matter, because I think because you are the one broadcasting, and being it's on your end, you're selecting just yourself. It could very well just be that that YouTube will show whatever the hell you put on at the what's on the big screen. Doesn't matter whether it changes for us. I'm not sure, but I believe that may be how it's working.
So I guess we'll find out here in the next few minutes, right? I'll go back and check it out.
Mm-hmm.
See what happened. So good stuff. All right, next question.
That's it for me. I'm good.
All right.
I guess I'm suddenly having a question. I know you said that at the beginning of each show you have a little opening logo thing for 3 seconds for the Voluntary Virtues Network.
Right.
Is there anything going on at the end, or does it just come to a conclusion based on how we do our own show, or?
Yeah, it's just however you close it off is how it's closed off. There's nothing that YouTube has. They don't have it for the beginning, I think, right now. So,
cool.
Yeah, good question. And that is only on videos that are not live. So, in other words, pre-recorded videos that you've uploaded, or live videos after they're done. So, live events. Once you start a live event, it will just go straight to the Hangout. Now, after you're done and you hit in broadcast, and then the video renders a couple hours later or whatever, then for all of eternity, it'll add the intro. But during the live show, you will not have that intro there. So I always say, if you're doing a live show, just to say, hey, this is so and so. This is, I don't know, individual freedom show on the Voluntary Virtues Network. Make sure that
watching Voluntary Virtues Network.
I think it's really important to be descriptive for people, so when they come, they understand VVN is not the show. It is the network, and that way they know what your show is. They don't have to think twice about it, right? So
yeah, I was going to suggest this earlier too, but this would be a great time to bring it up. The logo issue. I have a logo from my website that I'm going to use on my show, but I'm going to precede it. I'm always going to precede it with the Voluntary Virtues logo. So at the beginning of the show, it'll show Voluntary Virtues, and then my logo, and then I'll come in and introduce myself, kind of thing. And it looks really professional. I played with this, and then at the end of my show, it's the opposite. I show my show logo, and then at the very end, I drop in that Voluntary Virtues, and it kind of like a sandwich, and it looks really professional. It looks like you're about to watch a movie. You see the producer, you see the distributor, and then the credits roll. So anyway, just throw them out.
That's perfect. And once you have that template set up and saved, you just got to take the video that's new and just drop it in and create and render. It's perfect.
Yeah, I saved it as intro and outro, and now I just drop them into the beginning and out and ending of every video. Yeah.
You can tell some of my videos. That's how I did it. On through the years. So you would notice I changed them up every so often, right? The intros and outros. But for a while there, I'd have one. I wouldn't just make a new one every single video, right? It would just be nonsense. So I did the same thing. Just save the template and you're good to go. It makes it so easy. It's just it streamlines. The more automated stuff we could do, the better, right? So.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, guys. We do have a few more minutes. If anybody has another question, last chance.
No. Nope. I'm good.
All right, great. So I do appreciate everybody's time. I'm going to go ahead and close up the broadcast now. And as you guys know, contact me anytime, but please contact me if it's something that you really need from me. Otherwise, try to message to the group. Try to get other people in the group talking, working together. I mean, this is what we really want. We want that synergy there. Here I am with my business terms. But the synergy really is a really important, crucial part because the people who are active are more willing to spread the links, more willing to recruit people, the more viewers your show will get. So if we all do it, and I'm telling you, this is really the thing, bug me to get whoever wants to be a Facebook page admin. I can make you a proxy admin editor, so you guys can go off there and just although you won't have full admin abilities, just like you don't on YouTube, you will be able to create events and spread them, and this is really crucial, and making an image too for your banner for your event. Like this one with Victor Prost, it's going to have, probably by the time I get off here, like almost 100 people that are going to be going to it or maybe going to it. It's probably already hit over that, if you combine the maybes and the yeses. And that's just off of one little event we sent out, and we clicked one button once, and it's brought in quite a bit of traffic already to the site. So it's little things like that can go so far. Can you imagine if we have 100 people inviting all of their friends to all these different shows, right? And just stacking up all these invites in favor of VVN, it's really going to help us get a foothold. And once we get that YouTube algorithm kicking in our favor, just like we did for Statism is Slavery for Facebook, we have almost 200,000 subscribers, and I'm going to be dishing off your shows onto that channel as well. Plus, I've got friends all over the voluntarist world, right? So, we the individuals, fuck the government. I mean, name a voluntarist channel, and I probably have had a cocktail with a bastard who runs the thing, let alone know him, right? So, you know what I'm saying? We have lots of different avenues for marketing this, and I'm literally like 250,000+ people that we can touch every week. So just help me with the invites and creating the things on the back page for Facebook page invites, I think, or event invites. That is so crucial. And make sure you guys check over on the group so you can see how to install on Google Chrome the extension, the add-on, that plugin that enables you to just select all. That's gonna make this channel, I think, if we can all do that.
You may have shown me to switch to Google Chrome. I normally stick with Firefox.
Yeah, well, just use Google Chrome for that one thing, and you can go back to Firefox. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to make you change browsers. You do your thing on your browser that you like. I already got my add-in set up on mine, but that's the only one I know of. I don't know if Firefox has one that's free, but the select all button, it'll only work for events. You can't do it for page invites, so I'm gonna have to, go to the page and invite all your friends to the page as well. So make sure you guys do that. That's one of the first things. And then the events afterwards is only going to be reinforcement to the channel, right? So, good stuff. Everybody feel much more confident? Everybody pumped up? Ready to go have some fun and kick ass?
Before everyone goes, yes, there is a Firefox version of the plugin.
Awesome.
Yep.
Is it called Invite All?
Yes, it is. Called Invite All for Facebook.
Gorgeous. I knew somebody was going to make one eventually. When was it made? Like the last few months?
Very recently. I just closed it, but very recently.
Yeah. It had to have been. Because before that, there was another one I had gotten. It was like, it used to be $10 back in the day. I paid the license like 2 years ago. Then I got the one about a year or two ago that was $3.99. Anyway, I'm glad to see it's free.
This one's free, so.
Yeah, good stuff. Awesome. All right, so we are good to go. I think everybody's questions have been answered. If you guys have any more questions, please drop them in the group. And if nobody can answer them, then tag me and hit me up, okay?
All right.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon. I appreciate all your hard work. Let's go out and do this. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Talk to you guys soon.